Oh, we're recording. Wow. Clearly, this is my first time using this video recording on my computer. But I wanted to try something new. I don't know what's calling me to do this at all, but just wanted to start putting some content out there because sometimes you're surprised at the people that benefit from your content, from hearing things that you do, from seeing what you're doing. So that's what this is about. I had this idea. I'm going to do some writing, some journaling, and I'm just gonna say it out loud while I do it. I use an online journaling platform called Penzu. I like that a lot. Matter of fact, let me open it. And I also use the Curable app. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Curable app, but it's a fantastic app. It's really geared towards helping you work through and process chronic pain, which I've had for a long time. And they do it through, there's 4 categories. One's education, one's brain training, one is writing, and the last is meditation. So it just depends on which one you want to work on. I need to do a writing one. I like things to go in like an order, and I really wanted to make sure I was learning everything that I could, and not just focusing on education or not just focusing on writing. So I've been doing them all evenly. So the next one I have is writing, and I saved it specifically for this. So Expressive Writing for Career Success. That's what this is. And this also feels pretty timely considering I'm in the middle of creating my website for my life coaching business. So here we go. So I'll do a new entry and I'm going to title it Expressive Writing for Career. Oh, I said success. Career stress. Well, you know what? Success, stress. Okay. It says the goal of this exercise is to uncover any repressed feelings or unhelpful thought patterns resulting from your career path. Interesting. And reframe them in a way that can help the brain and body to heal. So for the first half, it says set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes. Free write about any negative thoughts and feelings you have about your career. Think about your employment or lack thereof and anything you don't feel is ideal. Include any negative feelings about coworkers, your boss, blah, 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 blah. No matter what, keep writing. It's okay to get off track as long as you follow your thoughts and your feelings. Focus on your deepest emotions, whether they feel rational or not. Be very honest. Okay, so I'm going to set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to set it on my watch because then it will buzz on my wrist. Oh, it's already at 29 minutes. I'm just going to do 10. And I'm going to be free writing about any negative thoughts and feelings about my career. Here we go. Well, the first thought is money. I'm not bringing in any form of income. No form of income, no steady income, no income. My website creation is taking longer than expected. And it's really frustrating and hard to think that I should be farther along. With content creation and just going live with my website and my business. I've been certified. I've been master certified since October. Certified technically since September, master certified since October. And it's March when I type this. So in some ways I feel I should type this. In some ways I feel it hasn't been that long. It hasn't even been 6 months. In other ways, I feel like I should have made more progress. In 6 months, because 6 months is a long time. You can do a lot in 6 months. Okay. Include any negative feelings about coworkers, your boss, your position, your responsibilities, your salary, and so on. So, I'm self-employed, so I don't have coworkers. I don't have a boss. Woo! I don't have a boss. But that's some of the frustration sometimes, is that it's all on me. I don't have coworkers to help share the workload. I don't have a boss to seek advice from or tell me what to do. I'm the boss and the coworker. Glad I'm talking this out. So, yeah, like I said, being self-employed, I don't have a boss or coworkers, but sometimes it's difficult being everyone in my business. I don't have a boss to tell me what to do, provide support or guidance, and I don't have coworkers to share the workload or talk to. You know, the office banter. I don't have that. I used to have that in my old job, but yeah, so I don't have that. Also, certain benefits you get going into work, like somebody brought donuts, or my last job, everybody got a Christmas present. You know, one year it was a backpack, one year it was a sweatshirt. I'm actually wearing it. Tech. One year was a Calm subscription. Oh, sorry. So I don't get things like that. So I'm also responsible for job satisfaction. I'm responsible for my own job satisfaction. That's wild. I better type this out. So I'm also responsible for my job satisfaction. I'm just gonna put example, employee appreciation. I'm gonna sneeze. Better mute you guys. My sneezes are very powerful and they hurt my throat a little, so I spared you. Example, employee appreciation, company gifts, I don't know, employee benefits of various kinds. Okay. What else? Okay, let's get into my feelings. I guess I mostly feel well, I'm mostly in a good place right now with it. But I feel I'm in a good place with it. I am in a good place with my feelings. I'm excited about where my life is going. I'm excited that I get to create my business from the ground up. I get to make it what it is. And maybe someday I'll have employees. I don't anticipate that, but maybe I will, and it'll be what I want it to be. I am I guess I should say at times I can get down on myself about not making money. I feel like I'm putting too much of that responsibility on my wife, and that doesn't feel fair to her. And sometimes I feel pretty lame. And like, not really like, not really bumming a ride, but like, I'm not doing enough. Yeah. Sometimes I feel pretty lame and like I'm not doing enough, and like I'm coasting through adulthood. But at the same time, I feel very blessed to be able to do everything I'm doing. My wife completely supports me. My physical and mental health has gotten significantly better. And we can afford to live. We can afford everything we need and stuff that we want. That's my timer. So I'll stop there. Okay, there's a second part. Take a moment to pause, closing your eyes and breathing deeply. Find compassion for the feelings you just uncovered and experienced. Okay. Breathe, close my eyes, and find compassion for the feelings you just uncovered. There were a lot of feelings in there. Some were good and some were bad. I mean, bad. Some made me feel good and some made me feel bad. How about that? honor the feelings, allow them to move through you freely. I can honestly say I'm solidly feeling both sides of it, which is kind of what I've been feeling for ever since this whole thing started. Actually, before this whole thing started, when I originally left my corporate job. Okay, so when you're ready, set another timer. Reflect on what you wrote in part 1, which was largely driven by the unconscious, irrational side of your brain. Be careful not to judge these emotions, but have compassion for them. Okay, so in the second part, I'm to free write about what I understand, what I realize, and how I choose to frame the situation going forward. Okay, so I'm going to set another timer. This time I'm going to do 15 because I'm going to reread. I have 14. What I wrote. So I said, well, the first thought is money. I'm not bringing in any form of income, no steady income, no income. My website creation is taking longer than expected, and it's really frustrating and hard to think that I should be farther along. And hard to think that I should be farther along with content creation and just going live with my website and my business. I've been master certified since October, and it's March when I type this. In some ways, I feel it hasn't been that long. It hasn't even been 6 months. In other ways, I feel I should have made more progress in 6 months because 6 months is a long time. You can do a lot in 6 months. Being self-employed, that's a different alarm. My bad. Gotta pay the bills. Being self-employed, I don't have a boss or coworkers, but sometimes it's difficult because sometimes it's difficult being everyone in my business. I don't have a boss to tell me what to do, provide support or guidance, and I don't have coworkers to share the workload or talk to. I'm also responsible for my job satisfaction. Example, employee appreciation, company gifts, employee benefits of various kinds. I am in a good place with my feelings. I'm excited about where my life is going. I'm excited that I get to create my business from the ground up, get to make it what it is. At times, I can get down on myself about not making money. I feel like I'm putting too much of that responsibility on my wife, and that doesn't feel fair to her. Excuse me. Sometimes I feel pretty lame and like I'm not doing enough and like I'm coasting through adulthood. But at the same time, I feel very blessed to be able to do everything I'm doing. My wife completely supports me. My physical and mental health has gotten significantly better, and we can afford to live. So I feel like I was kind of starting to go into the realm of what I understand and what I understand and what I realize. What you realize and how you choose to frame the situation going forward. Okay. What I understand now is I'm working at a pace that's right for me. And I'm really liking what I'm creating. It feels good and right. It feels like for the first time in a long time that I'm completely on the right path. Moving towards not even a certain thing, but moving toward just life satisfaction. Joy and fulfillment. Purely from what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, and how I'm focusing on sharing with the world and helping wherever I can. I realize my wife doesn't think those things about me. She's in full support. She really is. She's the biggest supporter I've ever had in my life. She gives me her full support all the time. Oh my god, I can't type right now. She is the biggest supporter I've ever had in my life. She's happy for me. And I'm happy for me. I am way happier than I was a year ago. By the way, peeps, it was about this time last year, probably a couple weeks ago really, but that my self-improvement journey started. So here we are. I have made significant changes in my life, and it's increased my well-being. Oh my gosh, and it's allowed me to learn so much. That was the lovely supporter herself. I'm supposed to be having lunch with her every Thursday right now. We have lunch together just to kind of catch up and just have that, one-on-one time, undivided attention time, because the weeks just go by bam, and then before you know it, you haven't even really looked at each other. But yeah, I've learned so much. So I wouldn't have been able to learn everything I've learned over the past year. Well, not quite a year, but since last May. So over the past 10 months. If I didn't let go of my old career and start making the changes I made, my biggest, it's not even what I realize. And I've understood this already, but it's a reminder. My biggest reminder is that we're doing great. We're doing great. Would it be nice if I was bringing in some money? Of course it would. But I'm gaining so much that, honestly, for lack of a better term, is priceless. There's no monetary value. You can't put monetary value on everything I've learned and how I'm developing and how I'm growing. I better jot that down. Can't put monetary value on how much I've learned and how much I've grown. Spell check. And I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get somewhere. I'm gonna get somewhere. It's going to be well worth it. Well worth all the work I'm putting in and the sacrifice for not having a steady income or a 2-income household, and all these feelings. It seems silly to think that all these feeling all these crappy feelings are going to be worth it later on, but better than not feeling anything, I guess. I got 3 minutes left. I'm gonna stop because that's 11 minutes. That was a lot. Alright, well, folks, thanks for tuning in to my first video and my first, what do we even call this? Outward journaling. Sorry if it was completely useless for you. But I hope you got something out of it, or it made you think about something you didn't think about before. Or maybe you just felt like you were hanging with someone for a minute. But anyway. Thanks for letting me be vulnerable. V's for vulnerable. Don't forget the BV.